Good morning, everyone. I'm Anthony Perez. I was a military police officer for 3 years. I spent most of my time at the gates, little time on the road. I was a Marine for 4 of those years, 2017 through 2021. I was a military police officer from 2018 through 2021. Shout out to 1 TAC 18. That was my military police officer school up in Missouri. I'm gonna be teaching you guys about your self-rights. I woke up this morning to another shark fisherman being harassed, and this time it's close to home. Those of you who know me, you guys know I personally live in Naples. This incident occurred in Marco Island. That's where I used to shark fish before leaving to the military. The harassment on shark fishing has got to stop. I'm gonna be teaching you guys about your self-rights so you can defend yourselves legally on the spot and not let these bad people do bad things to you. There's no excuse on why people don't know anything. There's too much information on TikTok and everywhere else for someone not to know. So here we go.
Why do I want my kids out here at the beach when you guys are bringing stuff in?
We're not bringing something. The sharks are right there where you're swimming at.
Good, so I'll call the authorities.
Good. Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan.
I'd love to meet you.
Oh, you just met me.
Yeah, good, good.
Don't push me.
yeah.
Don't
No,
you
I'm
do
good.
it. No,
Don't
don't
touch
you.
people.
You don't put your hands on me.
Right.
You understand me?
Don't touch your-
You do
don't
not
touch
put your
people.
hands on me.
Why are you touching
Don't do
people?
it. Go. I'll break you in half. Just go. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna call the
Keep
cops.
walking.
Good, keep going.
Alright, so let's break this down because I'm not liking this behavior.
Out here at the beach when you guys are bringing stuff in.
So why do I want my kids out here at the beach when you guys are bringing sharks in? That's usually the argument that people have. They don't want the shark fishermen to be fishing for sharks where their kids are swimming at. Now, this is pretty reasonable because we're talking about kids. And yes, they do swim, the adults, they swim too, but we're focused on the kids and no one wants their kid getting bit by a shark. What the people don't know, and this is something that you're just gonna have to look up on National Geographic yourself or on Animal Planet. They don't like people, all right? They don't like people. They bite us on accident. That whole Jaws movie, it's a movie, and I think when people think of sharks, that's what they think of. They think that the sharks they're focused on them, that the sharks want them. And it's not the case. The sharks are attracted to other stuff like stingray and other sharks even, but they really don't like human. The sharks are already there. So what does that mean? But when someone says, well, the sharks are already there, the sharks were already there before the fishermen got there and decided to go shark fishing and there was no problem. Then why is there a problem now that there's a shark fisherman out there fishing for sharks? The sharks weren't biting the kids before the shark fishermen got there. So why is there a problem now that there's a shark fisherman out there? There is no problem. There's never been a problem. There's never been an outrage of spikes of shark bites, all because shark fishermen decided to go out and shark fish more. There's been more shark fishermen now than ever before, and there is no crazy outbreaks of shark bites going around because of these shark fishermen. All right, so that whole idea of people thinking that we're attracting the sharks to their kids, it's all in their heads, I'm sorry to say. We'll go further. So that's how the argument typically starts off when someone doesn't like that shark fisherman is out there fishing for shark. All right, so let's keep going with the clip.
Bringing something. The sharks are right there where you're swimming at.
See, so the sharks are right there where you're swimming at.
So I'll call the authorities. Good.
So I'll call the authorities. All right, so they don't like the answer that you gave them. They're ignorant themselves. It's just something that you got to know about sharks, that they're already swimming at the shallow. Why are they swimming at the shallow? Why are they not far away? It's because the bait fish are running away from the sharks. The bait fish are running away from the bigger fish. So they use the shallow water because they know the bigger fish can't fit in the shallow water. That's how the bait fish stay alive. They stay in the shallows. So the sharks are there roaming. The sharks that can fit in 5 feet water, I wouldn't be surprised if I found a 5-foot shark in a 5-foot deep water. I wouldn't be surprised. There's videos on YouTube of drone shots of catching the black tip migrations, and that's right along the coast. So that's why they stay along the coast. But it's like I said, they don't like human. And if you guys read books about sharks, you guys will see how much of them there really are. And then you guys will see how much shark attacks on humans there are, and you'll see that the ratio is just very small. So yes, they do bite humans, but they bite us on accident, really. If you catch a shark and you reel it in and you let it back in the water, it's just gonna swim off. It doesn't necessarily go after humans right after that. After a shark's been caught, it's really tired. It just goes back in the water. After the shark's been caught, it spends its time regaining its strength, rebuilding its strength. He's tired, and once he rebuilds his strength, which is not anytime soon, but he just keeps swimming. All right, so let's keep going.
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm George. Yeah.
George. My
I'd
name.
love to meet you.
So all he was doing is getting his name. All right, so that's all.
Oh, you just met me.
Yeah, good. Good.
All right, so this is where I draw the line. All right, so he said good, and he started patting him on the back, and he kind of patted him pretty hard. So I wouldn't I don't know how I feel about that. They're not buddies. It doesn't look like in the video. So I think Jordan was trying to do this to he was trying to provoke the man to do something bad himself, but nobody likes that. All right, no one likes being told they can't do something when they clearly are. You do everything you can to defend yourself. You give the right answers, but then some people don't like the right answers, so they try to provoke. They try to see what they can do to make you look bad because they don't want to be wrong.
Push me. No,
He said, "No, I'm good." So he said, "No, I'm good," and he started backing off while the man was saying, "Don't push me."
You don't put your hands on me. You
Right.
understand me?
You don't put your hands on me. You have to say that, you guys, because if you don't, he's gonna keep doing that, and that's gonna piss you. That's gonna piss somebody off.
Your hands on me.
Do not put your hands on me, and he pushes them away. That's good. All right, that's a good strong boundary. He put his hands on him, so he put his hands on his back and told him, "Hey, don't freaking touch me."
Do it. Go.
He said, "Do not do it. Go." And this man, this Jordan, he's walking towards him. He's walking towards him, going like this. So I don't know if Jordan's asking for it or what, but yeah, you don't pat someone on the back when you got a problem with them in the first place.
I'll break you in half. Just go.
All right, so pretty much what he said here was, I will hurt you. So he gave him a threat. So use of force right here. He has a right to do that, to use threats. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know why Jordan's laughing. Jordan, why are you laughing? You don't think this man can kick your ass? Hey, let me tell you something, Jordan. In the Marine Corps, I learned you don't underestimate anyone. So I don't know why you're laughing here, Jordan. I'm gonna call the cops. Good. Freaking. It says here, he called the police regardless, and they made him fully aware that he was in the wrong. He called the police regardless, and they made him fully aware he was wrong. Man, that's embarrassing, Jordan. I would hate to be you at that situation, dude. You know, I bet you told your wife and kids, man, hey, I'm gonna call the cops on this, man. Hey, I'm gonna call the cops. Watch daddy. And the cops came and said, nope, you're wrong. What do you tell your kids then? When your kids ask, "Hey, Dad, didn't you say that you were gonna? Didn't you say that didn't you say?" And then your wife is looking at you, "Yeah, Jordan, what didn't you say?" Now you gotta do something extra, dude. Now you gotta do something else. Who wants to do that, dude? All because you were ignorant. That's embarrassing, dude. That's why this video's going now. I'm trying to save someone embarrassment. I'm trying to save someone in ass kicking. Trying to bring peace between shark fishermen and non-shark fishermen. So after the man set his boundary, after he pushed him away and said, "Hey, don't touch me," he walked away himself, which is the correct way of carrying yourself. So shout out to this man, Marco Island Sharks. Shout out to you guys. I live close to Marco. I live in Naples. I'm gonna be shark fishing over there. Hopefully I run into you guys and we can shark fish together and we'll be good. But I just had to make this video because I carry an OC spray and I will hurt somebody. So I'm glad to know that there's somebody like Marco Island Sharks that have the same mindset. Legislative findings and purpose. This legislator finds that the commercial and recreational fishing constitute activities of statewide importance and that the constitution of commercial and recreational fishing will benefit the health and welfare of the people of the state. So that's not me saying it, dude. The Florida statute, the very people are saying that fishing is important. Now, I know fishing for sharks is legal. You're allowed to eat shark. We eat shark. It's all right. Here's justifiable use of force found in the Florida statute. 776.012. Use or threaten use of force in defense of person. It says right here. 1. A person is justified in using or threatening use of force, except deadly force, against another when and to the extent that the person reasonably believes that such conduct is necessary to defend himself or herself or another against imminent use of unlawful force. A person who uses or threatens to use force in accordance to this subsection does not have the duty to retreat before using or threatening to use such force. Number 2, a person is justified in using or threatening to use deadly force if he or she reasonably believes that using or threatening to use such force is necessary to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm to him or herself or another, or to prevent the imminent commission of a forcible felony. A person who uses or threatens to use deadly force in accordance to this subsection does not have the duty to retreat and has a right to stand his or her ground if the person is using or threatening to use deadly force and is not engaged in a criminal activity and is in the place where he or she has a right to be. So if you're at a place where you know you have the right to be and you see someone unlawfully using force, you have the right to threaten use of force, and you don't have to retreat, which means just go forward with it. We're gonna look up 379.105, harassment of hunters, trappers, or fishers. 1. A person may not intentionally within or on public lands or publicly or privately owned wildlife management and fish management areas or in or on any public waters. A. Interfere with or attempt to prevent the lawful taking of fish, game, or non-game animals by another within or on such lands or areas, or in or on such waters. Any person who violates this section commits a level 2 violation under 379.401. We have the right to go in the water and fish our fish, alright? We're allowed to be doing that. It says it right here. So for you to come up and tell the shark fisherman that he can't be doing that after the shark fisherman already explained to you that he is, that you know, like, it can be harassment, dude. When you have a problem, you bring it up, right? But once someone tells you that problem's been resolved, that's when you back off. So now we're gonna look up the word harassment. It says right here, aggressive pressure or intimidation. All right, now we're gonna look at what battery is. Battery, the crime of tort or unconsented physical contact with another person, even where the contact is not violent, but merely menacing or offensive. All right, if I don't like someone, I'm not gonna want them touching me, dude. And I know you guys won't either. So that's why the guy had to push him back. After he tapped on the back, he had to push him back and say, hey, don't freaking touch me. That was the right thing to do. Obviously, Jordan didn't like that either because he knows he's in the wrong, so he just keeps on laughing. He's trying to pull it off like he didn't do anything wrong. So you guys gotta start swallowing your pride before you end up in prison like freaking Brock, what's his face?
I'm the best charter captain!
When we go on the FWC website to obtain our shark fishing licenses, it tells us exactly what to do and what we cannot do. This is how we know that we're allowed to go shark fish. Now, what can you do to prevent yourself in a situation like this? If it was me personally, I keep a can of these. This is OC spray. This is what cops use to spray people, all right? So I'm sure you guys seen videos of the military getting sprayed and they're reacting to it. I'll tell you guys what, that's all true. It's pretty strong. I've never broken a bone in my body, but that's the most pain I've ever felt in my life. I couldn't open my eyes. I remember I was breathing a lot. We were told that if you don't pass the course, you just won't pass. You won't become a police officer. You have to pass this course. This is some pretty strong stuff. So if it were me in that situation, I carry one of these. I've been sprayed by one of these when I became a police officer. I've sprayed someone at the gates when I was in the military. Shout out to Chubb, shout out to Corporal Stanley, shout out to Sergeant Hutchison. Lissy, you're on shotgun. Smith, you were Chase, you were Bravo Chase. Overly, you were watching the lane. Corporal Casper, and I'm sorry if I forgot the rest of you. All right, so you guys know this is very simple. So you just open up the thumb, all right, and there's a button, all right, and there's a little opening right there. And that's where you want to aim at the person. You want to aim for their eyes, really. You want to aim for that eyebrow. You want to aim for right here at this T mark. You want to hit their eyes and their nose. Once you hit them with this, all right, It affects their eyes and it affects their respiratory system. It can cause them to be pissed off and come at you, but you took away their eyesight. All right, so I would use this when they cross my boundaries. But it's as simple as that. You guys freaking don't touch my stuff or I'll spray you. So once you spray them, you call the cops immediately and you let the other person know, hey, the cops are being called. So that's one example. Carry some type of self-defense, non-lethal weapon. All right, like this OC spray. This can reach 10 feet. All right, you tell a guy straight up, hey, if you do this, I will hurt you. You do that. You say that, you guys. Say it with me. If you touch my stuff, I will hurt you. Do not touch my stuff or I will hurt you. And as simple as that. If that guy or girl crosses your boundary, you guys have every right to use use of force. All right, because now you have proof that that guy or girl is coming at you aggressive, menace. You just proven menace. They just crossed your boundary, which is a threat. You also covered that, that's a threat. So when the cops come, and hopefully everything is recorded or somebody else is watching what just happened. When the cops come, you know that you're in the clear. You tell the cops, hey officer, that we were fishing. This guy came, he thought we were doing wrong. I explained to him that we weren't doing wrong. He started grabbing my stuff. I told him don't touch my stuff or don't touch me. And he didn't listen. He continued to do it. So I used a force. I freaking pushed him back and I sprayed him. That's how you stick up yourself to people like this, all right? They wanna abuse the people that don't know their rights. You carry one of these and you use it correctly, you'll be able to stick up for yourself right there in that moment and in the court. Know your rights, you guys. It's important. People like this go around all the time. They're looking for people. They're looking for weak people to pick on. It's unfortunate this stuff happens so close to me, so close to home, which means I know I'm gonna be dealing with it. It's hard to argue with a drunk person, let me tell you. Slowly but surely, we will educate the world on shark fishing. I don't make this video to promote any violence. I do it to educate the people on their self-rights as a former military police officer. Hopefully this video puts an end to fishing harassment, but it's gonna take the people to get educated. So, if you guys like this video, freaking drop a like. I'm Anthony Perez, I'm out of here. Peace.